What's good, everyone? This is Justin Just Rock Ramon from the Just Trek podcast, where elevation is our recreation. Super excited for you to check out this next episode, as it's part of the Trek Talk series where I record on-trail conversations with fellow outdoor enthusiasts. This episode features a really awesome guest who goes by the name Joseph Durkin, aka The Hiking Chef. He is a SoCal-based trekker, outdoor content creator, baker, and chef, and is a YouTube hiking vlogger. This conversation was recorded at Hoagie Trail Camp via Chantry Flats, which is located in the Big Santa Anita Canyon in the Angeles National Forest / San Gabriel Mountains. We decided to finally meet up for a hike and vlog collab, as we both followed each other's content for a few years now. I've watched a ton of his hiking vlogs where he cooks gourmet meals on the trails and the summits. And he is an avid listener of my show, the Just Trek podcast. It was only right to finally make this happen. What made this meetup even more special was that Chantry Flats Recreation Area just reopened the day prior, after being closed for 4 years because of the Bobcat fire back in 2020. The trail was so clean, and it was so nostalgic being back in this area, as I remember how lush and green it was with its beautiful creeks and magical waterfall. This area really does feel like the Pacific Northwest of the Angeles National Forest, and fellow trekkers often take his trails to the summit of Mount Wilson, which stands at 5,713 feet. To top things all off, the hiking chef cooked up an incredible on-trail lunch for us, K-Barbecue Tacos. K-Barbecue Street Tacos, y'all. I couldn't believe it. So much love to all the community members and trail restoration groups that were involved in bringing this area back to life. Some of the notable landmarks of this area include Sturtevant Falls, Sturtevant Camp, Hoagie Trail Camp, and Hermit Falls, which is actually still closed at the moment. Shout outs to our good friends Justin Williams, aka Rockhound Hiker, who was a previous guest on this podcast. Also shout outs to Yancey, aka Firm Steppin', and the Low Life Rex crew for being a part of this massive effort, along with many others in the community. Lastly, make sure to check out the Adams Pack Station after your trek for some snacks, cold beverages, and food. It is a charming family-owned mountain cafe, store, and donkey packing station that has been operating since 1938. They've been hit hard by the trail closures, so make sure to drop by and support their small business. Also, if you're tuning in to this episode from the Spotify app, you surely have noticed that this is a video version, and this is actually the first video episode I've published on Spotify. If you are listening on another audio platform such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or anything similar, definitely consider checking out the video version on the Spotify app or on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@JustTrekOfficial. Again, youtube.com/@JustTrekOfficial. All right, let's get to trekking and get into this episode. And now, this is my new favorite food, Korean barbecue street tacos, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah,
hiking
of course,
chef,
brother.
Joseph Durkin.
Thank you.
He's prepping.
We got some more. I think this is going to be like the 5th taco each. No, not that bad.
You got napkins? Any more?
Yeah. I'll split it with you because I think I'm going to have to wipe some of this stuff up.
Yeah, how did this whole hiking chef vlog project come about?
I started hiking and I was actually could never even talk on camera before.
Really?
Yeah,
How
I just
interesting.
was just wouldn't do it. I hated the way I sounded. I just, maybe, I don't know, I was in a bad headspace or something, but yeah, anyway, so I've been a chef for a long time and then got into hiking, and I actually kind of started it to I wanted to make money. I want a YouTube channel. I can make some I guess extra money on the side if it takes off.
Passive income. Who doesn't want passive income?
So I was how about cooking some of really gourmet food on top of a mountain? I haven't really seen that before, how to do it, the different mountains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good idea. But kind of we were talking about earlier, it turned into this passion of mine that I'd rather inspire people, because I just fell in love so much with outdoors and nature and just life and exploring California. Has so much to offer. You go to Anza Borrego for 2 days and you're you just want to go back because there's so much more that you missed. And
I still haven't been there, by the way. It looks like a desert wonderland.
yeah, it's like there's just a lot of natural, things out there. Joshua Tree. And so like I grew up, I never really knew that all this existed. And so I just fell in love with everything. And I just talk to a lot of people and they've never been there, or they say like California is like trash, or like, you should go hiking in the Dolomites or something like that.
That annoys me so much. California is trash. What blasphemy.
It is I will argue anybody that it's the best place to hike or explore because it has so much different features. It has like peaks. It has the highest mountain in the lower 48. It has beautiful deserts. It has beach hikes, like there's so much variety, I guess. So the channel just kind of turned into something like a platform where I can just try to inspire people to get out there. And, the cooking kind of is helping it like take it further and stuff.
That's amazing.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
As I'm eating my tacos and you're telling me this deep story, there's like branches falling behind me. Yeah, if you're curious why I'm distracted a bit, is because the mountain bikers behind me are chopping down.
Reworking the trail. The trees. But back to your origin story of hiking chef and the vlog and the YouTube channel and the platform. I always love the simplicity of people's answers especially when it comes to their YouTube channel or their podcast or why they started a hiking group. They want to inspire people to get outside, because I feel like oftentimes people don't even know that's something to do, to explore your local trail down the street, explore the local mountains, the green spaces. And oftentimes you'll be surprised, the more you explore a little deeper, a little further, maybe not even too far away, you'll oftentimes find that some of the greatest treasures are in your own backyard. Yeah, exactly. They're literally in our backyard, and
literally your backyard. Because let the people know where you're at, actually.
Yeah, like I live in Monrovia, California, and like so, there's like the Echo Mountain. Like there was a hotel up there, and then beyond that, there's like observation point, like Inspiration Point. Beyond that, there's like a railroad, and it just keeps going, like there's so much history. And you'll tell people and they'll be like, they even had like one of those Angels flight things going up.
The light rail that goes up the mountain, right?
Yeah.
No, the one downtown LA.
Like, yeah, but they had one of those going up to Echo Mountain.
That's right.
And people like had no idea, they had bars and restaurants up there. And
the history of the Echo Mountain Resort, or the White City ruins, is so fascinating. I also heard there was a mountain tavern called the Alpine Yi Tavern.
Yeah.
Like, it's so wild to think that, I forgot what years this was, up and running.
Yeah.
But Los Angeles or SoCal's, like, I guess, affluent elite would party up in the mountains for vacation.
Yeah.
It's like a staycation. Like, it's pretty wild to visit those ruins the past several years and be like, wow, this was where the reggae dance hall was. This is where remnants of the railroad system and trail was. And then you just imagine, like, you're at the bottom of the mountain and you look up. Like, back then they were looking at a mountain resort. Like, what?
Yeah, but that's just like one spot.
Just one spot.
There's just so much out there, and there's so much to it too. Like, you can do peak bagging. Like you had mentioned, you guys have talked about in the past, like waterfall bagging.
Bagging hidden waterfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dope, right?
Like, I could just like nonstop. I could just keep going. And then like just bringing the cooking element to it. Like, what can I cook on top of Cucamonga? You know what I mean? Or like just, there's a lot of levels to it, I guess. So
what has been the meal that you've made on trail that you were just like, damn, like I killed that. That was the most bomb meal I've had doing this hiking chef vlog series. Do you have one in mind, or is there a few?
I would say maybe two. Gosh, I think I have like 2 or 3 highlights, if that's all right to kind of share.
I'll give you 2.
All right, only 2?
Yeah, you get 1 and a runner-up. Let's go with that.
Oh gosh.
Gotta give you a hard time here.
The most memorable one I did was Magoo Peak. I stopped at the seafood, Malibu Seafood.
Yes.
And bought fresh clams.
Oh my God! Yes.
Fresh Manila clams. And then had them on ice, hiked Magoo Peak, and did spaghetti or linguine with clam sauce on Magoo Peak. And honestly, no, but it's like there's not a lot of views on that video, and I'm like, God, you guys, there's no appreciation. No. Go
to that YouTube video. Let's like, subscribe. Let's get them views up, y'all.
To be honest, like, I don't care. It's almost like I do the YouTube channel for myself now to look back on all the adventures that I've had. And that's like where my heart's at, you know? And so that one was memorable for me. And then
Magoo Peak is such a stunning coastal hike.
Dude. And that steep trail going right up to it.
Yes, it's a leg buster.
Yeah.
It's an absolute leg buster.
Awesome, though. Like, and then
hold on 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank God it was recording.
Okay,
Jesus.
dude, I know what you mean. I think I wasn't recording when I first started cooking the shallot.
Yeah, okay, so
then,
spaghetti linguine with Manila clams at the summit of Magoo Peak. You got a runner-up?
Yeah, I would probably have to say Twin Peaks. I cooked my first Tomahawk Ribeye rib chop, like one of those 2-pounder ribeyes, like bone rib chop on Twin Peaks.
Whoa. Say that one more time and slowly. What did you just say?
Okay, so Twin Peaks.
Yes.
It's like in between like SGV and Mount Waterman.
Yes, okay.
And it's actually like a pretty predominant peak. Like almost like a pyramid shape when you look at it from like Pasadena going to Glendora, Laverne.
Okay.
It's a difficult hike, I think, because
it's a very remote, rugged area.
I saw mountain lion tracks there on one of the. It is very remote, rugged. It's a weird trail because you start off going up, then you like steep, then you go down, and then you have a steep climb up to Twin Peaks. But you have to remember, you have to do all that back. So you have to kind of pace yourself. Like, am I going to be too tired? Like,
yes.
There was a couple of times I was thinking that, like, I kind of want to turn back because I have to go back up that steep thing I just came down. So anyways, but the view from up there is like one of a kind.
Wow.
And I cooked a Tomahawk Ribeye rib chop up there. And I was just like all alone all day. And just like
Tomahawk
the view was,
steak.
Yeah, that was probably like my favorite.
You're like, I'm saving a special dish for this particular peak and trail.
Well, I tried it on Iron Mountain one time.
Oh, God.
But I brought it up there.
Oh, Iron Mountain.
Yeah, and it was the only thing I had to eat. I was counting on the Tomahawk Ribeye rib chop at the top of Iron Mountain. So I get up to Iron Mountain. There's snow everywhere, just on the very top. My stove does not light. I'm taking like an hour to get this thing lit. And like, I was pretty new at hiking. Like I thought it was gonna take me a shorter amount of time to get down. But you know, if you know Iron Mountain, it's like, it takes just as long to get down because it's so steep as it is to get up.
Oh, the hardest part is for a lot of people going down Iron Mountain. It's so treacherously steep, blue scree.
Yeah.
If you don't got hiking poles, oh man, I pray for your knees.
Or your hands.
And your soul.
Yeah, seriously. So that was a disaster.
Oh my God.
I went like the whole day just off of like Cliff Bars and water, and I tried those hydration packs and they just made me more thirsty. It was, kind of crazy, but you know.
Big Bad Iron will humble you. For those people not familiar tuning in right now, Big Bad Iron or Iron Mountain in the San Gabriel is which unfortunately got burned recently in the bridge fire, right? So sad. A lot of the Sheep Mountain wilderness has been burned to the ground. So it'll most likely return in like 3 to 4 years. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I just want to bring this up because this hike is so hard and challenging. It's like considered one of the hardest day hikes, if not the hardest in the San Gabriel Mountains. I know there's a few other ones, but those are more for the super duper insane, crazy hardcore trail runners, I feel.
Yeah.
But to do Big Bad Iron and summit, and then you're like envisioning this like feast that you're about to treat yourself with.
Yeah, I was gonna cook like the most badass steak on the planet on like one of the most badass mountains, and I could just not get that thing lit.
Man,
it was something like the snow or something was I don't know.
Messing with it.
They might have gotten wet, but I like went down super hungry.
You're like,
super
I need
hungry.
to get off this mountain ASAP.
Yeah.
But then you don't have like you're counting on the energy from the meal to like get you down, and so you don't feel as miserable.
It was scary. I was like kind of seeing like stars a little bit, like getting closer to the car, like the last 2 or 3 hours. I was kind of seeing black spots in my vision, and just, Iron will do that to you. Yeah.
It's a soul snatcher.
Yeah. It is for sure. But
I almost passed out the first time I did it. I'm a dummy. I was a newbie peak bagger. 1 mile from the summit, did it in the summer. Guess what time I started at the trailhead?
Like 8?
9 a.m. in July.
Yes, dude.
And I want to say this to all the people out there. I feel like the most dangerous part of your hiking journey, or where you're the most naive, is is in your beginning peak bagging journey, when you have all the energy and enthusiasm in the world, but you're still like getting your like wilderness expertise higher. You know, how much water should I bring? What are the 10 essentials? What should I bring? Like really understanding your body. And,
you're really like pushing yourself to like limits to kind of see how far you can go. Like that's a whole nother topic I can get into. Like, is the mental game that I found with hiking. It's like carried over into like my work, my life, when I don't want to be someplace, or I am just going through it like, God, I just wish I'm a baker, so sometimes we have to do like 100 croissants, and it's like you're on number 50 and you're like, I have to roll 50 more. I just think back to like, you know, like hiking, like just lock in right now, just lock in, get it done, and you know, it helps a lot. And I don't know, it's just
how wild is it that when we do these mountains or these trails or these peaks, we carry that energy and those lessons into our everyday lives, like in our career.
You do it too there?
Oh, absolutely. You're getting through a mental struggle, like you're trying to get through a project and all your teammates are dropping the ball, but then you got to like carry it through the finish line and meet all these deliverables. Or if I throw a lot of events, a lot of community events. I've been an event producer for a long time. Something always goes wrong behind the scenes, you know? You're missing something, unforeseen circumstance pops up, but you just got to deal with it and put out the fire. And you got to have a really strong mental willpower not to crack and
I love that.
And to push through and try to have as much of a not calm demeanor, but like, you know, you're in control, like you're going to figure it out, be a problem solver.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's been such a big game changer for me in terms of my outlook in life and work and career. And it's just, like what you said, the mountains build us up to everyday life. It's like, if I went through that sufferfest of Iron Mountain and then the food didn't cook at the top and now my whole body's aching, I'm going to get through this day shift of making all this, all the food I need to make or finishing a project or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like sometimes hiking saved my life. You know, it's just really.
I believe you. Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
Everything to it. It's just. It's really good.
That's probably one of the biggest themes I've gotten from interviewing a lot of the outdoor enthusiasts or hikers in the community is that hiking is healing. Hiking has also saved a lot of people's lives from attempted suicide. You know, on the podcast, you know, yes, we talk about all these epic outdoor adventures and sketchy adventures and all these wonderful places that the guests have traveled to, right? Like that's definitely a big part of the show. But another big part of the show is how the outdoors and nature is healing, how it helps cure depression, anxiety, how it helps you mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, the benefits of hiking and just getting outside and spending extensive time in nature is like, it's pretty infinite.
Yeah, I have like ADD, and it's not too severe or anything, but I just like had trouble like in school, you know, learning and like keeping train of thought. And it's really weird because hiking really helps me like unravel a lot of the things in my life, and like going out alone, which honestly it's not recommended and stuff, but going out alone and just being like just my own thoughts for 8 hours, you can really figure out your life. And it really just, there was something about like I can just stay on topic in my brain and unravel like a project or unravel like a relationship problem that I'm going through or something. And it was like, whoa, I've never been able just to like sit down and like think about like one problem, you know. And I actually read somewhere after I kind of like realized that a lot of hikers are like have ADD, like it's kind of correlates or something like that. Like they enjoy it more or something. So yeah, it's just
hiking is extremely therapeutic.
Yeah.
Hiking is and I really believe this. I've heard this from a previous podcast guest. I think it was Carla Amador, the founder of the 52 Hike Challenge. She said, hiking is a moving meditation, whether you believe it or not. Because when you're one foot in front of the other over a long period of time, you have to be hyper present. And then you're also, if you're doing it solo, which by the way, I do a lot of solo hiking myself, and it's so powerful because it's a really rare opportunity for yourself to be alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think the most powerful thing about solo hiking especially is all the mental clarity you get in your brain. How do you, like what you said, it could be you're trying to unravel all these different kinds of thoughts in your minds, whether it's in relation to your career, maybe you're going through a breakup or like some hardships in your relationship, or just anything in life. Maybe you recently lost a loved one or almost did, and you're like, I need this time for myself just to gather my thoughts and reset.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's powerful.
Yeah, it's super powerful, and like that's why I'm doing the channel, honestly, is just to like maybe get people to get out there and try it and kind of experience it too, because it's a lot of fun. Like the camping aspect to it. Gosh, it's just now I like the rock climbing aspect to it, you know. So yeah,
I got a lot of respect
wonderful
for the hike vloggers, because it's a lot of work to vlog when you hike and capture even just you cooking, or you're scrambling up a rock and you're trying not to injure yourself, but you want to get this really epic action shot, or just to walk and talk on the trail and make coherent thoughts towards the camera. It's not easy. Content creation is a full-time job, and it takes a certain kind of honing of that skill and repetition to get good at it. That's why, I'm trying to remember like what was the first video I caught of yours, but it's hard to remember because I think I've been following you for like maybe 2 years now. But I just had so much fun watching your videos, because it's like, if I haven't done the trail, I'm living it through your adventure, your eyes, through your story. And then you get this added bonus of like, what's he going to cook up next?
That's it, yeah.
What's he cooking at the waterfall? What's he cooking at the summit? And then you bring out all the ingredients, so then we also get inspired to like, wow, like maybe I should try that, or maybe I just want to hike with a guy.
Yeah.
You get a meal.
I appreciate it, brother. That's exactly like what I'm going for. So yeah, just like that point of view, my point of view, because when I look at a trail or something, you can't really like imagine it or picture it until like you get there. And so I really try to like capture, I guess, what I see, but try to be artistic and creative too. So yeah, it can be a challenge. Yeah.
No, you're doing a great job.
Thank
Just
you.
keep at it. Yeah. Like, how many vlogs have you put out now? Do you even know? If you had to put a number on it.
Like 140.
Holy cow, 140 videos?
Yeah.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, I guess I think like 140.
And how long have you been at this?
I would want to say
3+ years, 2+ years?
2 years. Yeah.
That's an achievement.
2+ years, like
wow.
2.5, I'd say. Yeah.
And you're the one, are you the one doing most of the editing, or do you got somebody
Oh
else?
yeah, no, I do all the filming and all the editing myself. So
content creation.
But like I love editing. Like I used to do like some snowboarding, and I would love a lot of my early videos were like kind of like snowboard style.
For sure.
Like, you know, music like loud and then like talking, but now I'm trying to like get into more like mellower, appreciating the nature, like hearing it and everything like that. So
slowing it down, being observant of your immediate environment,
a little bit longer shots, and yeah, so 140, I think 142 videos, but it's really like a great way for me to keep track of all the places I've been to. And I want to have kids one day, and like I think it's like a great way to show my kids like, look what Dad did, you know.
I had the coolest dad. Look at him.
Yeah. So.
And then I think we're gonna collab at some point and maybe do a group hike, and it ends with you cooking up a storm at maybe a picnic area or the trailhead or something like that, right?
Yeah. So
figure something out.
I'm even thinking though to keep it really authentic hiking chef, maybe like on top. Like
maybe we just do that.
Something like an Echo Mountain type of like somewhere like that. So I would love to do that, and I really feel like I'm a part of the community now. Your community that you like built up.
You've always been a part of the community. You're just meeting more people in it.
Yeah. So I feel like, thank you. You know, I feel very welcome. So
yeah, we'll get you out on the trail with us. The Just Trek crew, dude. You're welcome anytime. Even if, you know, we do public community events, but we also like hiking privately on the weekends too. If you don't got any plans and you don't feel like hiking solo, you know, feel free to hit me up and be like, yo, Justin, Just Rock, Just Trek. My nicknames have nicknames. There's too many names. But be like, yo, you got anything going on? I'll be like, yeah, we doing this nature walk or a peak bagging mission or whatever it is. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it all. So thank you.
Yeah, and then just to wrap this up, how did we arrive at this point today? Like, how did we get to this picnic table, this cooking show you put on for us?
Yeah,
like, how did this all come about?
It was last minute, right?
Yeah, it was.
I guess like we've been kind of going back, like maybe every 6 months we'd like hit each other. Like, yeah, you're like, I like this. Like, you're doing good. Yeah, we're good. Yep. Checking on each other.
Just commenting on your videos.
Yeah, but we never actually
Instagram
met,
stories,
you know. And I've always been trying to make it out to the events and stuff. But Chantry Flats opened yesterday, and I was like thinking a week ago, like that'd be a cool video to do like the day after, you know, show everybody what it's like now, that people that can't make it up here. And honestly, like I get a lot of feedback of people who can't go hiking because disabilities.
Yes.
And that is another inspiration why I do it too. Because like I kind of think about, you know, if I was in their shoes, like what people have told me, like, you got me out of leg surgery because I'd watch your channel. I know, it's like crazy to hear that, like you impacted someone like that. But like, I just thought the Chantry would be a good video because the community, you know, rebuilt the trail. The hiking community rebuilt the trail. And what greater legend in the hiking community than you know?
No, stop that.
Like, it's
I'm
like
no
a
legend.
great collab, you know? So that's how we're here. And then
just your everyday hiker, man, just like you.
You know, and I just wanted to do like street tacos, but then I was at the store and was thinking like Korean street tacos would be pretty good. So,
dude, that spoke to my heart because I love Mexican food and I love the Korean barbecue and, you know, super LA. Mexican, Korean Mexican like connection fusion. So.
I love LA too, so yeah,
you're born and raised LA. What's the channel everyone can find you on?
It's
definitely plug that right now.
Thank you so much. It's on YouTube. It's The Hiking Chef, and you have to put The Hiking Chef, or you can find me on Instagram. It's The Hiking Chef 22, like all one word.
Awesome.
22 the number. So yeah, and I'm always trying to just post content of where I'm going and stuff like that on there. But the YouTube channel, I think, is where it's at. So.
Yeah, keep it up. And I'll just end it off like this. I know this for sure. Oftentimes, we don't realize how far-reaching our platforms are. In your case, your YouTube channel, the content you share on Instagram. It literally is impacting so many lives that you're not even aware of at that moment.
Yeah.
Because people watch these videos maybe years after you release it. And I love that story you just brought up about the people who are not physically able and capable to explore these trails. Now they can experience it through your content. And that in itself is priceless, my friend, for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good job. Keep it up.
All right, Justin. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah. Thank you.
Just Trek Podcast, Trek Talks on the trail, outside. Yep.